We talk Universal Orlando and Universal Studios Hollywood with our partners, the Theme Park Duo, for episode 348 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Hey everyone, we are here. Tracy?
Hello.
No Chris or Darren, because we tend to do these things at a time when not all four of us can get together. But we thought the perfect opportunity to sit down with our new partners, who we have mentioned on the show. Mm-hmm. So I am very happy to say that we are joined by Nikki. Nikki, is that short for anything?
Nicole.
There we go, because I was going to give you your Sunday name. So Nicole and Gabriel of the Theme Park Duo podcast. Hey, Nikki, Gabe.
How you guys doing? Thanks for having us.
Right. So before we get into the Q&A itself, do you want to tell everybody a bit about yourselves and your podcast, please?
Sure. We're a husband and wife duo that we just love everything theme parks, and we go to as many Southern California theme parks as we can all the time. You know, Disneyland, California Adventure, Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios, Six Flags occasionally, and every chance we get, we go to even more theme parks, and we just talk about our adventures.
And we do a lot of coverage of just themed entertainment as well. Mm-hmm. So we go to a lot of interactive theater, we go to haunts, we go to conventions. So kind of just covering the spectrum of themed entertainment as a whole.
But like,
anyway,
one of the reasons we thought you were a good match for us is we said it on our show when we introduced it, that you're kind of like the bizarro US version of Tracy and I.
Bizarro? That's a bit rude.
Yeah, no.
And Chris.
Oh, we take it.
And Chris was like, "Do they have a British version of us?"
Yeah.
Chris and Darren are American.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I wish.
We need to find it.
We need to find them.
Yeah.
They're still out there somewhere in the ether.
Yes. Yes, they are.
And obviously, the fact that you guys go to Universal Hollywood quite a lot, it's something I've looked at. We've covered it a little bit on the show, and then we thought, do you know what? We're not the Universal Studios Hollywood podcast. We are Orlando. Let's talk about the ones we know. And it's always something. I've toyed with the idea of trying to set up a Hollywood podcast, and I couldn't be bothered. Basically,
Honesty.
This is an even a better way to do it. That we both get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And we love your guys' show. We love you guys.
Aww.
And we definitely think that it's a match made in heaven, because if you look at what time it is, what time we started recording, we were talking for so much longer before we even started recording. It just ends up happening. That's how you know when you have really good friends, is that you could just talk and you forget that what time it was. So
absolutely. I'm so excited about this.
I mean, let's be honest, if anyone who's listened to the show will have heard you before, we've had you on when you did your spoilers for what's coming up. Your first and only trip to Orlando at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we've been on yours as well when we discussed our IPs, and kind of embarrassed myself a little bit with Bring It On, but there you go.
You know what we need to do? We need to go to Hollywood and record a live show.
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a live show, we get some voodoo donut, just have that in the round table, and then we could talk about that. Because then you might actually get a voodoo donut that is exclusive to Hollywood.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll go into the Wizarding World. We'll sit down at our favorite table that we always sit down at every single time we go. We'll get some hot butter beer and we'll get some pumpkin juice, and we'll chill out and we'll record in the Wizarding World.
I think it would be so bizarre to sit in Hogsmeade in Hollywood and be like, I'm not in Orlando, this is weird.
You know what you're going to say? You're going to say, why is there an atoll from Waterworld like 30 feet to the right?
Yeah.
Here's a question. What is in your Hogsmeade where the entrance to Dragon Challenge would be?
A door.
It's the door where a wand effect is.
Well, for years it was just a door, like a big
wooden door.
A big wooden door, and it didn't do anything. And then over the summer last year, they turned it into a interactive wand experience. Yeah, so it's you say Aloha. No,
what was Aloha Mora?
No, what's the spell to unlock doors?
Aloha Mora.
Aloha Mora. I knew
right.
I was right.
Sorry.
Why? Oh my gosh! Why did I believe the non-Harry Potter nerd?
I'm not a non-Harry Potter nerd. Yeah. I love the films and I'm into those. I just read the books and I was like,
what?
Yeah. So
hang on, we need to rethink this thing.
I wish I'd known this beforehand.
Okay,
it's just a trio now.
I'm gonna make a whole bunch of people hate Gabe, but he hadn't even seen all the movies until I made him watch them. I did not let him go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter until he finished all the movies.
Quite right.
So in defense of myself, when I was a kid, when those books came out, I read the first book, and then when that finished, I enjoyed it. But at that time, I was having a very difficult time pronouncing the names every time I saw them, and I didn't know how to pronounce them, so I got really frustrated. I was just like, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Do you know what I still do to this day when I come across that in a book?
What?
I switch out the name for like Leroy or something.
What is Leroy? Like,
I threw a random name out there, like Bob, anything, like just,
Leroy and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Well, I can say Harry Potter just fine.
Okay, just say.
Can I just point out that you've just made me feel very old, Gabe?
Sorry.
I was a kid when I read it. I was an adult.
In fairness, it wasn't out when you were a kid.
Yeah, that's made me feel old as well.
There's a question I need to ask then.
Nikki and
Gabe.
But I just want to continue to defend myself here really quickly.
Yes,
I just want to continue. Nikki threw me under the bus.
Yeah.
I did not.
Big time. And I got ran over by all the wheels.
I just said the truth.
So I saw 3 of the films, and it wasn't just like because I didn't want to see them. It's just I didn't see them. It just didn't happen. But I saw 3 of them. So I just needed to see the last ones. So thank you.
Last
4.
5. 5.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, you're right.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies, Gabe. That's a lot of, I just didn't get
Well,
around
I've
to
dug
seeing
myself
them.
in this whole Lord of the Rings is also crap.
What?
Yeah, my microphone's just got worse. I need to leave.
I knew this wasn't going to go well.
Well, anyway, you say aloha, Mora. Gears on the...
Oh my God. How professional is
I
Nikki?
know.
There's like a whole bunch of gears on the door that move and shift and stuff, and then you hear a big roar from underneath, like there's a dragon on the other side that you just unlocked the door, and like smoke and like a red light glows from underneath, and it's pretty cool.
Is the room behind that door for them ever to put anything in there, or is it?
No,
it's Kung Fu Panda's DreamWorks Theater.
Oh, so there is plenty of room behind it then.
There is, yes.
Truth.
Yes, there is room.
Oh God! I do have to ask though, Gabe, Nikki, please. I'll bleep it if you want. How old are you two?
I'm 29.
I'm 30.
Oh my God!
So old.
Nikki's a cougar.
I am, yeah.
So
9 months.
It's okay.
I'm 9 months older. Than
Same here. I'm a year and a day older than Lee.
Yeah, we're just 12 years older than them.
No, that's not true. Just a couple. Thank you.
Yeah, just a few years.
Yeah, just a couple. That's it.
What is age but a number?
Oh, that's it. Exactly.
My
In
legs
my
feel it's
head,
more
I'm
than a number
12.
some days. I'll tell you what. On October the 9th, we'll find out how age isn't just a number.
True.
Not gonna lie, the first time we went to Orlando, like my feet were pretty much like non-existent afterwards. So.
Oh yeah,
Same.
It was like we were there for like 7 days, parks for 5 days, and each night we'd go back to our hotel room, fill the bottom of the tub with water, and just put our feet in it.
And eat Oreos.
Yeah, and eat Oreos, but that's not relative to the story.
No, it's important.
It makes me feel better.
I might regret that we're doing Horror Nights 4 nights in a row.
I don't know how you're going to do it. I really don't know how you guys are going to do it.
Do stuff during the next day, too?
Yep.
Yeah, we've got the Weekender as
my
part of it as well, so it's not like we can just go, we'll just get up late this morning.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we
I'm
have
tired
to be.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are going to have your hands full.
Yeah. I'm going
But
to have
it's all worth
orthotics
it.
in my shoes.
You can sleep after. It's all
Exactly.
worth
We've
it.
got a 9.5-hour flight home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice flight to be able to sleep on,
Yeah.
if you could sleep.
Which
No.
I
on
can't.
flight.
I can never sleep the red eyes.
No, I can't sleep on a flight at all.
Oh, we can sleep.
I didn't sleep when we took that overnight flight to Orlando.
You've slept on flights before, though.
Yeah, when it's landing because I pass out. I don't know why.
Something about the cabin pressure. The landings always make Gabe fall asleep.
Yeah, don't know.
Shall we get into this Q&A then? We've waffled enough, I
I
think.
think we should.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could waffle more.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, there is. I'm sure waffling for at least a good 3 episodes. So
Waffling's what we do best.
Oh, yeah.
What's that song? Every day I'm waffling.
Yeah.
every day I'm waffling.
That's the one. Right. So the reason I thought of this is I realised that when we had you and Nikki on, that we didn't do our listener Q&A with you, which
Well,
which I was slightly disappointed, but I didn't say anything because I was like, they're doing the thing.
Yeah, because we normally do. With any guest who is a podcasty type guest, we always tend to do it with them. I have adjusted this for you guys slightly, being out in Hollywood.
Okay.
Ooh, that's nice.
So, right, yes, there we go. So, as we've already said, you guys are out on the West Coast and visit Universal Studios Hollywood more than you do, a lot more than you do Orlando. But from your experience of 7 tiring days in Orlando, which do you prefer, Hollywood or Orlando? And let's just take Universal Studios Florida against Hollywood, because I think it's unfair to lump everything in.
Okay.
I think I would still choose Universal Studios Florida over Hollywood. There's very small things about Hollywood that I really, really like compared to Florida. Like there's the tram tour that we have here that I would choose over anything, but they have Diagon Alley in Florida. They have Diagon Alley. Like, how are we supposed to not choose that over anything?
I can't pick because...
Well, you have to. Literally, they just asked you.
How demanding is Gabe, by the way? You have to pick. It is demanded of you.
Choose now.
Okay, so I do... Diagon Alley is a big pull in the direction of Florida, but I love the tram tour on the actual, like, functioning backlot. Like, if you go during the week, you might see a celebrity, like, you know, like, and just like the Waterworld.
I've seen. Oh, dang! I forgot about Waterworld. Oh,
I have to pick Hollywood.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna be split here. I think.
That's good.
I don't think I would let go of Diagon Alley. Like, I like that way too much.
Yeah.
I like it way too much.
Yeah.
I've got to say though, Nikki, you have just those 2 reasons are the exact reason I want to come to Hollywood.
Yeah, the tram tour.
Yeah.
That's
tram
one
tour
reason.
Is so unique in its experience, and the fact that it encompasses so many different smaller experiences, which is what I find it to be the most interesting.
I wish you could have seen it like 10, 20 years ago, though, because...
When it was all practical.
Well, yeah, because it's... I mean, the King Kong is great, and the Fast and Furious is terrible, but...
That's a surprise.
Yeah, but at least you just got it rammed in the tram tour and not a whole attraction devoted to it.
Yeah, but at least they get to choose whether or not to go on it. We are forced to go on it.
True. I make the joke that eventually, like in 20 years, it's just going to be all tunnels. Back in its heyday, it's like they had the Parting of the Seas. You don't go on that
The actual
anymore.
practical King Kong.
Yeah, the practical King Kong. I mean, you still go through the earthquake set. There's one more that you don't go through anymore that I can't remember.
They used to go over the bridge that like fell. And
the $1 million man bridge.
Yeah. So there's a whole
so there's a few things.
And then also when they're building Halloween Horror Nights, you get to see a good chunk of the construction happening, like the facades and the process of that going on. And then on top of that, like you said, Waterworld, like that stunt show to me is probably one of the best stunt shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Anywhere. It never gets old. And because the cast changes out on a daily basis, you can get a different show. And we know a couple of those people now, so it's fun to be like, I know that person falling off that thing from 50 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Cool.
We interviewed them.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it a lot on our show as well, that Waterworld is the living proof that it doesn't matter whether anyone particularly likes a property, you can still make a fantastic attraction out of it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I didn't hate the movie.
I quite like it.
No, but it's one of those that no one goes mental over it like they do for like a Harry Potter or...
Definitely.
So when are we going to get a Mr. Bean's holiday movie or ride then?
That would be pretty fun, actually.
Isn't that what's going in T2 3D?
Yeah, I think so. It's a Mr. Bean's.
To be honest, it's about as much relevant as bloody Born is, let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm not jazzed about that.
No, I don't know anybody who is, to be honest.
Again, as we've just said, just because it's based on Bond doesn't mean it won't be a fantastic attraction.
True.
Yeah.
The thing, if you're going to base it on Bourne, that means you have to have really good choreographed fights. You have to.
Yeah.
So if they have that, then I think they're going to deliver. But if they don't deliver on any of that, then I think they're missing the mark. But we'll see when it opens.
Yeah.
If
That's all we can do.
Ask Alicia. She'll probably know the whole show before it comes out.
Yeah, true. Right. So when did you first visit Universal Studios Hollywood?
Oh man, when I was a kid.
I was very, very little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I grew up like 20, 30 minutes away. So, and it's the closest theme park to my family. So we went all the time.
I definitely remember being, I think it was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And I particularly remember being down by the tram tour. It's like when you're a kid, you have like the little pocket memories of like, you don't remember the entire trip. You just remember these certain moments. And for me, it was getting terrorized by the Wolfman and Dracula. Like they were just like right by my dad. And I was like, no, I ain't having that shit. No. I was like running around his legs trying to get away from them. And he's just laughing, not caring.
That's parents for you.
Absolutely.
I'd probably do that to my kids, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And I remember writing E.T. and my dad giving like some fake name to the guy at E.T. so that he said like Arnaldo or something. And I'm like, why did you say Arnaldo? So
my earliest memory is E.T. and my brother's like specifically putting me in the front middle, bike
with the little
but I didn't know that he popped up because it was my first time on the ride, and so when he popped up, and I was like, I just fell in love right there.
And Backdraft. Do you remember going Backdraft?
Well, yeah, Backdraft. And then like when Jurassic Park came in, you would always ride Jurassic Park first, and then get soaked, and then you'd go in Backdraft, and you dry off super quick.
Perfect.
Do you guys ever see videos of Backdraft?
No.
So basically, it's just like the movie. Have you seen the movie at all, or are you familiar with that movie?
Is that the Kurt Russell firefighter thing?
I've never seen it.
So it's all about fire.
I don't know whether I have seen it, actually.
I haven't, and I'm surprised because
think I might have done.
I like Kurt Russell, so...
Yeah. Well, go watch it. It's a good movie.
It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
But essentially, the whole thing is about fire. So when you actually go into the experience, because at that time it was very much about the filmmaking aspect, they would show you a set and how they would light the set on fire.
It was a big warehouse.
Big warehouse set, and there would be like this little office hanging in the center. It was almost like this free-floating office, that stairs kind of coming down, and you would see like a little flame like spark in the middle of it, and then it would just catch, and then the fire spread. So you were put in this room where everything caught on fire. Like everything was on fire.
It got very hot.
It got really hot and it got really intense. And like as a kid, like I would get like panic attacks. I was like, it's on fire. It's on fire. We're gonna catch fire. And like I would have to like step outside the door for a hot second and then come back in because it would like stress me out. Like the whole place goes up. It's pretty nuts. So they still have that on YouTube.
Just makes me think of Beavis and Butthead. Fire! Fire!
Pretty accurate.
Cool. Yeah.
That sounds good.
They got tons of stuff out in Hollywood that hasn't been in Orlando. It's interesting to see the stuff that they sort of have taken over there and the stuff that they haven't. Like
and even trying to take the tram tour to Orlando and that not working, and then them having to get rid of it entirely.
Yeah.
So
bizarre.
Which is odd.
I want to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So other than Orlando and Hollywood, have you been to any other Universal parks around the world? What are we at this point? Singapore and Japan, is that it? And then Beijing's in the process.
You see, we just have to go and do a whistle-stop tour over there when that's built.
Just do all of them in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Right, back to the matter in hand. So, which is your favourite retired attraction at Universal Studios Hollywood, and which retired attraction in Orlando do you wish you could have ridden?
Oh, I already know. I know what answer yours is for Hollywood.
Yeah.
So do I think.
And I know mine for Hollywood immediately.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go first.
Mine's E.T. because of all the fond memories. I love
the crying in the rain.
I don't know if we probably said that on their podcast.
Oh no, we've said it. We've said that story like a bajillion times.
So
everybody knows about your crying in the rain.
I know, yeah. So yeah, mine's a no-brainer. It's E.T.
And what ride would you like to ride? Would you like to have ridden that's gone in Florida?
Jaws.
Yeah.
I miss Jaws.
That's the same for me. It's Jaws, that attraction. After having read so much about it and watching all the YouTube videos, it was such a unique attraction, and something that you guys bring up a lot of the time is it was one of the few attractions that really was interactive with, like the skipper and having a role on the boat. So you don't really have that often anymore. And so I like that aspect, as well as just all the animatronic sharks that were popping up in that moment where you go into the boathouse and it's actually like tension building. It was just so well executed.
It really was.
after they redid everything and after all the water damage, it was really well executed.
And the thing is, like, I love that attraction anyway, but having read Dustin McNeil's Jaws,
yeah.
the ride book, I have even more of an appreciation for that ride because you do not realize how technically
advanced,
just everything to come together to make that ride work perfectly. It was just crazy.
Yeah. And so if for a ride that we have that's gone, that actually is similar in Florida, you guys don't have it anymore, is Back to the Future the ride. I miss that ride so much. I miss going in line and having Doc yell at us on the TVs and going into the little rooms where they had like replica of the props and him talking about how he retrofitted a DeLorean so we could all ride in it. And Biff stealing hasta la bye-bye and him like going off and doing his thing and bumping him at 88 miles per hour. The entire experience with, the booming Alan Silvestri score, along with the really well done miniature sets that you're flying through, as well as the coffee cup that you could see in the back of that street, was just so much fun. It put you right in the middle of a Back to the Future film. And that's one of my favorite movies of all time. So just being able to be in an experience where you're hearing that music and you're in it and Doc's talking to you and you're trying to get Biff, it wraps you up. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't think much of it, I'll be honest, when we rode it. The once we've only ever ridden it because it's like, it wasn't very good.
Well, see, when you rode it, I think at that point it had deteriorated so far. And it for some reason, I don't know what it is, but Universal, when rides get old, they kind of just let them get old.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, they just aren't as good as they used to be.
But then also for us, like this ride was our childhood. It's like we every time we went there, we rode it.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things for us. So I think there's that emotional attachment, just nostalgia attachment to that attraction. But I remember riding it for the first time and being like astonished. Like I did not understand how that thing worked.
I just had a puff of memory of a picture that we bought it. It must be somewhere in our house of me, a teeny little girl with pigtails, and my glasses are totally askew from the ride. So, like, one lens is like down by my cheek. Like it's just I'm completely jostled by the ride and I'm sitting next to my Nana. I should find that picture.
That'd be pretty great.
I think the issue for us was it wasn't difficult for you to look around and be able to see all the other DeLoreans and realize that you were in just a big dome with about 12 other ride vehicles. Whereas now with the Simpsons, they've sort of enclosed the ride vehicle a little bit, so it's a little bit more immersive, difficult for you to. You've really got to sort of look around to see where you are.
I'm a nerd to the point where I actually like that.
Yeah. After a while, we would I would hope for the front row so I could lean over and
the other vehicles. Yeah.
That's it. I think if we got to ride it more, that we would have appreciated that. But with it being the first time we rode it, and that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And I was distracted by that. So, yeah.
I can see how that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right.
For us, it's a bit different because of the growing up with it.
Yes. Yeah.
What, Nikki and Gabe, which is your favourite current attraction in Hollywood and in Orlando?
Current attraction? Oh, this one's gonna be real rough. Well, actually, this is a pretty simple. This is a simple answer because he said attraction. He didn't say ride.
No,
Waterworld.
Yeah, Waterworld.
100%.
100% Waterworld. No questions asked.
And then attraction.
If we're talking ride though, if you were to say ride, like what would you say ride wise?
That's
not a ride.
I know.
If I were to choose a particular ride at Hollywood, I would say Jurassic Park, which is now becoming Jurassic World, but Jurassic Park for me because one, you got these massive practical animatronics, no screens anywhere you look, and it was tension building the entire time leading up to a crazy encounter with this T-Rex. So 100% Jurassic Park.
I didn't like getting wet. I'd probably say the tram tour, but that's also kind of an attraction / ride. I don't know.
That counts.
Yeah. I would
You're riding the tram.
Yeah, I like the tram tour.
Yeah, there you go.
And then in Florida, I'm torn between.
Are we just talking Universal Studios Florida, right? Just that one.
No, I'm going to give you all of Orlando at this point. Not all of Orlando. You can't have Disney World. Just Universal.
I like Expedition Everest. That one's real good.
It's apparently Flight of Passage anyway, I've been told.
Okay.
Everyone says that it's amazing, but it's a motion simulator. How can a motion simulator be the best attraction in the world?
Michelle from Mouse and Muggle keeps telling me every time that it is the best attraction in Orlando, and I keep telling her it probably isn't.
Well, at some point we'll find out.
I mean, then again, none of us have ridden it.
Yeah, we haven't
Exactly.
been on.
So I can't say that definitively, but I would agree with you.
I understand your point of view. It's nothing new.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't pick.
You can't pick?
No.
Give me two. Go on, just give me two.
More options, which is putting more pressure on her.
Give me four. Give us your top 10.
So if we're talking just the Universal Orlando Resort as a whole, I would probably put SpiderMan as my favorite attraction at the Universal Orlando Resort. Like SpiderMan to me was the one of the highlights of our trip. I cried. I had man tears. It was amazing.
Okay, I really liked Escape from Gringotts, but I really, really loved Men in Black.
Yes.
Men in Black was super fun.
Love Men in Black.
I do remember being super jazzed because when you go in, I wasn't expecting them to like completely switch it.
Yeah.
And like, okay, we're doing this now. I was like, oh my God, we're actually doing oh my God, there's aliens.
Yeah, and it's like we rode it during Halloween Horror Nights, and then we had to go back during the day and ride it again. And I think we did it like once or twice again because we just had so much fun.
Nikki's hammering you on brownie points at the moment, by the way, Gabe.
I chose Jaws as well.
Yeah. True. But you also said Lord of the Rings was crap and Harry Potter films were crap.
He's not going to let that one go in a while.
And Back to the Future. I won't.
You want, that's fine. Darren will be happy with my choice.
He will.
Yes. Yes, he will. Right. What are your favourite park areas, Hollywood and Orlando?
I think I know what Nikki's going to pick for this. The Hollywood one's obvious, and for me, the Orlando one's obvious, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clear, yeah.
I've already said several times on our own podcast that my favorite spot in Hollywood is the outside seating area behind the Three Broomsticks because you can see Hogwarts, and it's just the music is playing, and it's not usually that crowded out there, and it's just my favorite place to chill out in any theme park ever.
And then when you have a hot butter beer with a little bit of cinnamon whiskey in there, it also adds to the environment.
Yeah, and then obviously Diagon Alley and the whole surrounding area right there is my favorite. Like I love the area out front too, where the night bus is and all that. So yeah, that whole area is my favorite.
They're pretty much like when we went there was a series of just dorking out moments for you as we walked 10 feet, 10
I
feet,
died
10
a little
feet. Every oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at this.
Seriously.
Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at this.
Yeah.
That was Nikki, like every 10 feet.
Yep.
So,
but
I'm ditto, like 100% the same. It's in Hollywood. It's that seating, that particular table that we go to every single time, and just hearing the John Williams music. I'm very music oriented. If you haven't realized, I focus on that a lot, and it really puts you in the environment. It puts you in the mood. In this one in particular, it really sets the tone for the land as a whole. I feel like if you were to go to Hogsmeade and they weren't playing any of that music, it would feel weird.
Yes.
It would feel very weird. So to me, that music really sets it off. Just sitting there looking at the castle, it's that theme park magic that you don't find all the time. And then, like you said, Diagon Alley and Universal Orlando Resort, just the action of going through the wall, hearing the turning of the bricks, them scraping together. As you turn that corner, you see the dragon in the distance. You could hear the train kind of going over the top, and just the hustle and bustle of that entire area. And then all of a sudden, just the fire comes out. That experience, and then even Nocturne Alley, just all of it put together is just so incredible. So there you go. That's Diagon Alley as a whole is the favorite part.
You've literally just given me palpitations because it's like, oh my God, it's only 6 months till I get out there and I can't wait. I need to. Killing me at the moment. It really is. It really is. There's nothing worse than doing a podcast about somewhere you love so much that you don't get to go out that often, and then like every now and again you get those little butterflies and think, But the beauty is 3 trips planned currently, so I've got plenty to look forward to.
Yeah.
Remember that commercial with the girl that would stand at the door of that store and she just goes, open.
Oh,
The entrance.
Yeah. He doesn't even go to bed. He just goes straight from Halloween Horror Nights and then he just waits outside.
He just stands there.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything else. He just stands there.
If you guys are ready to go to Halloween Horror Nights or just a wonderful trip at Universal or anywhere, your team at Mouse and Muggle Travel Company would love to help you. So just send us an email to info@mouseandmuggle.com and we'd be glad to help you go anywhere.
Hollywood and Orlando, do you have a favourite place to eat in each?
Yeah. Three
broomsticks.
In both?
Well, we actually didn't get a
didn't-
chance to
yeah.
eat at the Leaky Cauldron.
We didn't eat at
All
the
right.
Leaky Cauldron. We just looked around in it.
So I would say 3 broomsticks because it's the same food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 broomsticks.
Yeah.
Because there's not many other places in Orlando
Hollywood,
that I really remember.
that stood out to us.
Yeah.
At least places that we didn't get to go to. There was a few places that looked good.
Yeah.
Did you eat it anywhere on City Walk when you were there? In Orlando?
Yeah, we ate at
Oh yeah, your favorite place, Cowfish.
yeah.
And how
And we
was
actually
it?
Really liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It must
Yeah,
be
the
just
burger
us.
He must have been
good.
off shift that day.
Gabe had cow and I had fish.
Yeah, the burger I had was really good. I was actually really impressed. It was pretty early in the morning, and the thing was that we were trying to find a place, and for some reason, Antojitos wasn't open. I don't know why.
Well, it was early. It was like kind of. I guess
It was like almost
Cowfish
11.
was kind of doing like a brunch, and none of the other places were open. So
Did you still have to wait 30 minutes to get in, even though there was nobody in it?
yeah,
I think we waited 15, and there was nobody there.
there was like 1 or 2 other people.
There was
outside.
literally 2 other people sitting 2 tables away from
Yeah.
us, and I'm like, "Is that Darren? I think that's Darren." And then I asked him, like, "No, it's not Darren." I'm like, okay.
So yeah,
I don't know why Darren would be at Cowfish at that early in the morning.
No, me either.
Just to upset Lee.
Probably.
we
I don't
got
ever want to go to Cowfish again just because I like the experience of what we hadn't been
Yeah,
able
we've
to
got
rag on it every time
yeah.
we talk about it now.
It's nostalgia at this point.
Oh, it was
Yeah, I don't think we ate anywhere else. I can't
We
imagine.
got ice cream at that.
the Florian Fortescue's.
Yeah, which was great. The
Yeah.
butterbeer ice cream was incredible.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
No, we got ice cream. The place in City Walk.
Oh,
No, it's like-
Cold Stone.
Some-
Oh, Twosome. Yeah, we did
Oh,
go to
Twosome.
Twosome. But we just got we didn't get food there.
And
we
then
just got
we got food at the Hard Rock. Was it the Hard Rock?
the Hard Rock.
Yeah, we got food.
Which
at-
that was okay.
That's just generic
I-
Hard Rock food.
Yeah.
Which is weird
Yeah.
because if you think about it, in my opinion, I think 3 broomsticks is better than Hard Rock.
It is. Yeah.
Which is saying a lot because it's a theme park.
Hmm.
That's our favorite. The 3 broomsticks is our favorite place to eat almost anywhere,
Yeah.
like theme park wise.
We have a slightly different perspective on it because it's supposed to be typically English food, and yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just nitpicking.
It's not. It's calling things, this dish is this English dish, and it's not.
Us Americans don't know any better.
Yeah, we
I
don't know
know.
any better.
I remember Darren going out there to Diagon Alley for the first time and sending pictures. Look, I've just had this, and we went, no, that's not what that is. This is what that should look
Yeah.
like.
Let me send you recipes.
I've seen proper fish and chips because I went to Ireland. So like fish and chips is good there,
Yeah.
but I know better. Like
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Right. Are you fans of Rip Ride Rocket?
Yes.
No. Oh. Okay.
I loved it. Nikki hated it. Oh man, I was giggling.
I
after
didn't
that
have enough
thing.
time to pick my song. I
Oh.
panicked. I picked something horrible, and then the ride made my head hurt.
We've said this before. When you give Nikki options, she stresses out.
Yeah.
So the fact that it is a literal ticking time bomb before she can't choose a song,
Yep.
she's just like,
It's one of those you need to do your homework before you go on and know what
Yeah.
all the categories and all the songs are. Otherwise, you're not getting anything.
That's what I did.
So I gave it.
So, Gabe, what song did you pick? Can you remember?
I think I picked what did it was a rap song. It was a rap song for sure. Oh man. Was it Insane in the Membrane? No, it wasn't Insane in the Membrane.
That one's good. I've written to that
Is
one.
that
That
on
one's
it?
good.
I
Yep.
didn't know
That
that was
one's
on it.
excellent. That works well. The good.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure it was Insane in the Membrane. Actually,
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Cool.
Yeah, 'cause I remember rapping to it throughout the whole thing, just being so jazzed.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
jazzed.
was
I
having
was
a
like,
I usually pick that or Beastie Boys.
Intergalactic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that would be a good one.
I don't like
Yeah.
Beastie Boys.
Sabotage, that would have been a good one. If
That's
they
on
had
there.
that.
Yeah, no, I think Sabotage is on there, actually.
I
that'd
need
be
to
a good
listen
one.
to that now.
Just because of like the whole breakdown of the song is good for the drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole build-up with the guitar riff going up the lift and then down. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I love that ride so much. It's amazing how many people hate it.
I still get nervous about it.
You're
Give
Gabe?
Yeah.
I must admit, I came off it with a headache the last couple of times I've ridden it, but I think that was just more down to me than the ride.
That's your age, dear.
It maybe is. I can't ride coasters like not that I've
I was
ever
gonna say, you
been
can
able
never
to
ride
ride
coasters.
coasters that much, but
You're a bit of
definitely not
bloody
now.
kid's
Anything
belly.
with more than 3 inversions and I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so you both said you enjoyed Men in Black. Can you remember what your high scores were?
I
No,
do not remember.
but
that
I
score.
know
You
that I
me
beat
for
Gabe
sure.
because
Yes.
okay, so
Girls
Gabe was in
rule.
the front row and I was in the back row, and I had the pleasure of sitting next to a girl who worked at
Awesome.
Men in Black, and
you
so
knew
I
how to
just
shoot.
I just aimed everywhere she was aiming.
Great idea.
I remember you getting a high score to the point where I was like, "What?"
You were mad. And
Well, you got to
confused.
press the button. Remember, you got the button to press at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I ever told you this, but I was gonna go press that button for you, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to get a divorce, so I didn't press it.
Lee gets that button every time.
I love that ride. I don't
So
think it's only
mean.
one person in the car can get it. I'm pretty sure more than one person can get that bonus.
Really?
Don't know. I
I'm-
thought it was just the
I'm
first person
pretty
to actually hit
sure.
it.
More than one person can get that bonus. I might
Maybe
be
it's
wrong.
one person in the front row, one person in the back row.
Maybe.
I've actually got a question that's not on this list, actually, to do with Men in
Okay.
Black.
Ooh.
What are your thoughts on shooting your own exhaust port?
That sounds rude.
That's why I said it.
I say,
Depending on
if
the
you
time,
can,
I'm okay
knock
with
yourself out.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
No, it is a UUOP rule. You do not shoot your own exhaust port.
He only says that because he hates spinning and he feels
No,
sick.
that doesn't bother me. I don't. It's cheating.
That's that is one thing I was not expecting from the ride. I did
spin?
not expect it to spin
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
fast as it did.
Oh, it was. I didn't expect it either, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I was thrown off big time. I was like,
That final spin especially. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It goes about 3 spins too long for me. I'm like, right, done now, and keep going. And
3
keep going.
spins too long, it only goes twice.
No, it doesn't. It spins around quite a lot. But it's like, I don't mind a couple of spins. Right, I'm done now. It's time to get off.
Yeah. I did interrupt myself there, didn't I? So, Gabe won't know this because, Harry Potter. Which Hogwarts house do you associate with?
Or have
Oh,
you
that's-
been
I know
sorted
that one.
into?
Fun. I've been sorted.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
I
better.
was sorted into Gryffindor by Pottermore,
Uh-huh.
but in my heart,
You
I
identify
know
as.
I know I'm a Hufflepuff. If I'm being real honest with myself.
I was sorted into Slytherin.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I enjoy it. I like it.
I've tried twice, and I came out as a Hufflepuff both times. So I guess I have to accept it at this point.
You just choose. You just say Gryffindor, Gryffindor,
Yeah.
Gryffindor.
Well, I always identified as a Ravenclaw, and then I was sorted. I've been sorted twice into Ravenclaw, so I am a Ravenclaw.
Have you tried being sorted into your American houses?
Oh, we
Oh,
did
we
do it
did.
once, but I don't remember
I don't
the
remember.
names.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
remember.
even
much
know
more
what they
remember.
are.
Mine was the one that's got the Thunderbird as the...
I can't remember.
Oh, I was a
symbol.
Thunderbird as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mine
can't
was
remember what it was called.
Mine wasn't a Thunderbird. I don't
Yeah, I don't remember what yours
I don't
was.
remember which one it is, but I know it wasn't that one.
yeah.
Right, so the last one for this Q&A section before we get into rapid fire. Which Orlando attraction do you wish you had in Hollywood?
Spider-Man.
Men in Black.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good choices. I approve.
But Gabe, you've
Yeah.
kind of got it. You've kind of got it.
Nah, I'm sorry, Leah. I disagree with you. I don't think Transformers is as good as Spider-Man.
Spoilers for
Spider-Man.
what's coming up.
Spider-Man is better, but yeah.
It's a very long discussion. Long discussion, as you might see. But if that's the case, then because it's a similar ride, I would probably end up choosing Gringotts. I wish we had Gringotts over here.
Mhm.
Just because then I feel like it would be kind of like fleshed out. You would have Hogsmeade and you would also have Diagon Alley. You
Yeah.
can put Diagon Alley on the lower lot.
Well, there's rumours that it's coming at some point.
Yeah, those rumors have been here since Hogsmeade started to get built. I mean, there's also been rumors of the Ministry of Magic coming to Hollywood. So I don't know if what the validity of any of those rumors are. I can only hope that they would come. But my stipulation is, don't you dare touch Waterworld ever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that'll be.
I will cry tears.
I will cry. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for rapid fire?
No
No thought, no discussion, just an answer. Now,
Oh, Nikki's eyes just
I'm
got real
stressed
wide.
out. Okay.
Uh-oh.
for the most part, it's
No way.
just it's Orlando based, but towards the end, I have put some specifics, Hollywood or Orlando.
Okay.
So for the most part, we're talking about Orlando, and I know you haven't been that much, but so Tracy, first one.
Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley.
Hogsmeade.
Forbidden Journey or Escape from Gringotts?
Escape from Gringotts.
Forbidden Journey.
No way.
Hogwarts Express, London to Hogsmeade or Hogsmeade to London?
London to Hogsmeade.
London to Hogsmeade.
Spider-Man or Transformers?
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Shrek or Minion Mayhem?
Neither.
Yeah, with you.
Oh god, if I had to choose, I would choose Shrek. Just because it didn't take over T2 for us.
Yeah.
Duff or Wizard's Brew?
Duff.
Wizards.
There's no wrong answer there.
Duff.
Pumpkin juice or Flaming Moe?
Pumpkin juice.
Pumpkin juice.
That's the right answer.
I'm sure it was still going when you guys were in Orlando. So horror makeup or Sinbad?
Horror makeup.
Horror makeup.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
T2 3D or Poseidon's Fury?
T2 3D.
T2 3D.
I need to change these up now.
I know.
There's too many of these aren't even there anymore. Blues Brothers or Celestina Warbeck?
Celestina Warbeck.
Blues Brothers.
Oh, I am surprised, Nikki.
She likes Blues Brothers, apparently.
I love Blues Brothers.
I don't like the movie. I like the show.
Oh, yeah.
Megatron or Optimus Prime?
Optimus Prime.
That's in perfect sync.
Yeah.
Right.
Autobot rollout.
In-ride effects, fire or water? I know what Nikki's going to say.
Fire.
Frog Choir or even Choir or Ragtime Gals?
Ragtime gals.
Was Fallon open when you guys went to Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the Ragtime Gals.
Hashtag the panda was so funny.
Oh, yeah, it was hilarious.
I was dying laughing at that guy.
Grinchmas or Mardi Gras?
Grinchmas, just
Grinchmas.
simply based on the fact that we haven't been to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, we
Fair
haven't been to.
I haven't been to either yet.
Yet.
Mardi Gras Parade or Macy's Parade?
If I had to choose Mardi Gras Parade.
Yeah, if I had to, we haven't been either. So Mardi.
Halloween Horror Nights, IP or original?
Original.
Ooh. And that's so funny living out in Hollywood because you don't really get many, do you?
We haven't had them for a long
The
time.
last one was La Llorona.
Was that the last one?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was
I
the
think
last
that was
one.
the last one.
No, what was it? El Cucuy or whatever? Didn't you get that recently?
Well, after that,
El Cucuy
yeah.
was the last one. Forgot about that.
Universal Monsters could be maybe considered as
No.
original. It was a unique take on them. It
No.
wasn't. Okay, fine.
That told you, Gabe.
Place. Leanne, right now. Shut up.
Halloween Horror Nights, Express or Stay and Scream?
Express.
Seuss Landing or Kid Zone?
Seuss Landing.
Yeah,
I love that place.
Zeus Landing.
Good. And you would get on. Port of Entry or Production Central?
Port of Entry.
Port of Entry.
Leaky Cauldron or Three Broomsticks?
Well,
Three broomsticks.
The Hulk or Rip Ride Rocket?
The
The
Hulk.
Hulk. Which also gave me a headache, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
One Fish, Two Fish or Kang and Kodos?
Kang and Kodos, 100%.
I'll let Gabe take that one. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Kang and Kodos is like a spinning attraction, so it goes up and down kind of like Dumbo almost.
Okay.
You had to hit these little targets.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll go with
there
that.
you go.
Oh, that was disgusting. That was disgusting. Gabe just went, I'm basically going to lead you towards saying Kang and Kodos because I'm not even going to explain what One Fish, Two Fish is to you. It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, Kang and Kodos is a spin a bit like Dumbo and you get to, all right, fair enough. I'll just pick that one then.
Well, One Fish, Two Fish is the same, but if you miss doing what you're told, you get squirted with water.
Yeah, so Nick would probably pick
Yeah,
Kang
well,
and
yeah,
Kodos.
no, then I won't pick that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nikki and Mel.
Yeah.
Islands of Adventure Lagoon or Universal Studios Lagoon?
Oh.
Islands of Adventure, I think.
Yeah, Islands of
Yeah.
Adventure Lagoon.
Yeah. Back to the Future, DeLorean or train?
You missed one. Fine.
Express or virtual queue?
Express.
Yeah, Express.
What
I zoned out.
Back to the Future, DeLorean or train?
DeLorean.
DeLorean.
What were you thinking about?
When you say train, do you mean Harry Potter train?
No, the Back to the Future train.
Train from the third one.
Oh, yeah, DeLorean. Sorry, I lost it.
Reign of Kong or Revenge of the Mummy?
Revenge of the Mummy.
You probably didn't do the mini golf, did you?
No.
Go on, the next one.
Okay. Oh, well, Transformers Hollywood or Orlando?
Oh, jeez. No, I would choose Orlando. Based on just, I like the way that their outside looks. It looks like a giant like, warehouse. Yeah, no. Well,
yeah, you don't need to worry about the ride. I think they're exactly the same.
The outside is what's different, and they have a giant Megatron at the front.
Oh yeah,
Optimus
I guess.
Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
Orlando.
Optimus Prime. My bad.
Sorry.
I knew he was pointing. He's like pointing in the distance.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Okay, Orlando.
No one hate me. I just misspoke.
You have to be careful, Gabe, because you know if you say anything wrong on a theme park podcast, that somebody will pick up on it.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, I'm. It's happened.
Yeah. Can't be human.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mummy, Hollywood or Orlando?
Orlando.
I like Hollywood better.
Oh.
You're wrong.
Jurassic Park, Hollywood or Orlando?
Hollywood.
Hogsmeade, Hollywood or Orlando?
Orlando.
See how we've stacked the deck.
The Simpsons. Guess what? Hollywood or Orlando?
I would say Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights, Hollywood or Orlando?
Orlando.
And finally, the Lighthouse or the Globe?
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Interesting.
They are right.
I like the Globe, but that lighthouse just to me is
Gorgeous,
it's like
isn't it?
literal beacon. I mean, at night it has that little light at the top. I was like a fly or a moth. I literally walked towards it. I was
That's
like, hey, hold
true.
on, I'm gonna walk to the lighthouse because I
That's
see
true.
a light.
And the globe is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like down. Like, I like the globe in.
What do you mean it's down?
Well, like,
No, it is.
it's
Nikki's
a
right.
note.
It's kind of down some steps,
like-
kind of tucked out the way.
yeah, it's like it's kind of like okay, we stuck it over there.
It's
like
not
the
like a big
globe,
centerpiece.
The globe in
No.
Hollywood is right there in the middle. It's like boom, and it's off to the side in Orlando.
That's true. It is off to the side.
Yeah,
If it were like dead center of like that
then
entrance,
I would probably say globe.
it would probably
There's
make a
room
difference.
for it there. I don't know why it's not there. Now I'm mad about that.
It's probably a Halloween Horror Nights thing, because if you've ever seen that sort of entrance plaza to Universal Studios Florida on a Halloween Horror Nights night, it is crazy.
Not because early entry, and we ate at the
the Monsters Cafe.
Oh, did you do Scare Actor Dining?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
How was it?
It was
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
But also the scare after Danning, the food was actually relatively
It was really
good. It was better than
good.
I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's like, and the staff were very nice. Like they didn't have coffee.
So the
and
lady literally brewed coffee for Nikki.
just for me.
Oh.
It was so nice because I honestly didn't think I was going to make it because we went straight from our flight to dining. Like literally,
Wow.
like we stopped at the hotel, we dropped off our stuff, then we went to dining, and I was like, I'm not going to make it all night. Like I was so worried.
Yeah.
But I had my coffee and I rallied and I was fine.
But then also meeting Sam, I dorked out
Yeah.
way hard. I got to meet Sam and just all the different people who were playing kind of like the more original characters from the original houses. So
Yeah.
you had like Scarecrow the Reaping and a few other things. And just all of them were very interactive and really had a moment with each person, which
Yeah.
I thought was really nice because it's very easy to like at a Disney, like imagine like going to like Goofy's kitchen or something, or like Goofy's like, hey, how you doing? How's your food? Okay, later.
Yeah.
Like that's literally it.
Uh-huh.
You know, just really fast. They
Yeah.
took a moment and actually spent time with you, and if they were a face character where they could talk to you, they really spend time with you.
And they would like circle back, it was I would do it again.
in a heartbeat.
I can't
Awesome.
wait now.
Yeah.
So all you producers listening to this and everyone else listening eventually when this does come out, get excited for the weekend because I can't wait for Scare Actor Dining.
It's
so
fun.
much fun.
We do something like that out here for Not Scary Farm. They always have a pre-scare buffet, so beef buffet instead of buffet. Get it?
Ah.
Yeah, they do something similar where they have like their monsters roaming around where you can eat as much as you want. The not
Monsters? You can eat as much monsters as you want.
Get in.
Awesome. Right, before we waffle anymore. So, Nikki and Gabe, it has been a blast to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We didn't expect it to be any different.
We appreciate you getting up at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's fine. Thank my mom. My mom's the one who watched the baby first.
Oh.
Or else you would have had babbling goodness on the show.
Thanks, Mom.
Which one do you like?
And yeah, we are really, really excited about this partnership and what the future's going to bring, because it's just a match made in heaven.
Let's wrap this up. Nikki, Gabe, why don't you let everyone know where they can find the podcast and where to follow you on social media if they don't already know.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, you can follow us on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just look up Theme Park Duo.
Mm-hmm. And you always head over to themeparkduo.com and you'll find our post, your guys' posts, our episodes, reviews, everything. So you can always go there as well.
Yep.
And then we're sharing stuff from your blog on our stuff as well and sharing it on Facebook, and it's a nice little friendship going on.
Send your email from my Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter comments. Partduo@gmail.com.
Cool. Right. Thanks very much, Nikki and Gabe. It's been awesome.
Thank you again for having us on. We always really appreciate
fun.
And have fun talking with you guys.
Yes, you too.
Oh, anytime.
We will see you next time.
Cut. Print. That's a wrap for another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.